So keeping up with the theme of tap takeovers, of course you saw us at the 1933 pub over in Clearwater. Now we're down in downtown St. Pete, getting ready to go hang out at Central Cigars, talk to my buddy Alex about doing some beer and cigar stuff. Hey Alex.
What's up, Matt? How you doing?
Dude, I'm ready for a beer and to talk cigars.
We can do both of those. Let's do it.
Cool, dude. Let's do it. Well, cool, Alex. So, what you got for me here?
So this is an Aladino Corojo from JRE Tobacco and Aladino Cigars. This is one of my favorite brands. It's a medium-bodied cigar that's going to be very akin to old-school Cuban cigars back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Aladino grows all of their own tobacco. They end up, from seed to smoke, having the entire operation in-house. They grow it, they mature it, they roll it, they ship it out. As I said, this is one of my favorite cigars. I can't wait for you to try it. It'll pair awesome with the beer.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's smooth. Now let's go grab that beer. Hey guys, I'm Matthew Don with Masteries Brewing Co.
I'm Alex Weghorn, the GM of Central Cigars.
And today we're talking cigars and beer. So Alex, over here at Central Cigars, you guys recently brought in the Masteries Blind Pass Brown.
We did.
For me, perfectly, honestly, this is the ideal cigar pairing beer. This is my go-to. Again, just that roasted malt characteristics, easy drinking, that classic pub ale kind of beer. Really, I mean, I find any day of the week, doesn't matter what cigar that I want to pair it with, it really just seems to kind of work with all varietals of the cigar. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the particular cigar, though, that you picked out for us here to pair along with this beer today, and tell me why you think it works.
I'm glad you brought up the malt characteristics of the Masteries Brown, because this cigar in particular, the Aladino Corojo, it is a medium-bodied cigar, and so it has a little bit more flavor to it, has a little bit more body, so it's something that can stand up to some of the fuller characteristics that you can get with a maltier type beer. However, it's not going to be too strong. It's going to be still nice and mellow and smooth, so even if you were a novice smoker or you just don't smoke all that often, then you're able to get through the entire thing without it just being too much.
Gotcha.
So it checks a lot of boxes for a lot of people.
Cool. So on a whole, what I'm hearing is it's well blended, well balanced, not overpowering, got a smooth start to finish kind of feel. And a lot of the terminology and the way you're describing this cigar is very common the way we talk about beer. Again, whether it's balance, how it pairs, where the flavors are coming from, if it's too strong, if it hits you kind of more in the front, if it lingers kind of on the back of your throat.
Sure.
And again, because our Blind Pass Brown is just a nice, easy drinking, smooth style pub ale, it's easy to drink, start to finish. And again, I can see exactly what you mean by pairing it with this type of cigar that really kind of does the exact same thing. Craft beer, especially in the state of Florida, has really become more predominantly gone from a boutique kind of hidden underground movement where all the craft beer guys who are big enthusiasts and travel some other parts of the world or the nation that has a good quality craft beer. Now we're starting to see it in Florida break out. It's becoming mainstream. You're seeing it involved in almost anything and everything. Restaurants are using it for food and beer pairings. Sporting, stadiums are serving it everywhere.
Absolutely.
I mean, really, you look at anything going on in marketing, hospitality, entertainment, craft beer is involved. And I feel like I've seen that exact same movement, though, come out of cigars.
Absolutely, that's a really good point. The marketing and branding of not only the larger names that people know of, like the Davidoffs, the Arturo Fuentes, the Padron, the Oliva, all great cigars in their own right, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why they have become these larger companies, of course. But one of the great things about it is it's a living product. There's new stuff happening all the time, and thus you have new companies that come around. So now you have had the spread of the boutique cigar part of the industry, and you have the popularity continue to grow. One thing that we have noticed out of COVID is the cigar boom of the 1990s almost pales in comparison to the type of boom and popularity we're seeing right now. So you had in the 90s the creation of Cigar Aficionado by Marvin Shanken. He was the one who came out with Wine Spectator and the point system for wines. He basically mirrored that for cigars, and you had this sudden surge in popularity. And now you have the very cathartic, very stress-relieving pastime of smoking cigars and enjoying your time with even the cigar itself or other people, where you kind of meditate and deal with the stress of the day. You add the stress of COVID, now you're smoking more cigars and more people are smoking. So because of the type of popularity, you also see these smaller brands that do a great job getting that same sort of love.
So you're saying like with craft beer, when of course there's big breweries. You know, when you think of breweries, especially in the state of Florida, you know, Cigar City is an automatic big brand that comes straight to everybody's mind. And then you have all these neighborhood breweries though that pop up throughout the towns, you know, and you know, so like Mastery's Brewing Co. We're more of a boutique size brewery right now, based out in St. Pete Beach, and of course we want to grow. But you know, we bring new flavors, new styles, different things, and a lot like you're saying, you know, there's room in the market for the consumers wanting to go, what's new? What's next? What are the cool kids coming up with? I want to see what's next. And of course, we all have our staples, like you said, the Arturo Fuentes, and we go back to that for the level of consistency, because there's a recognition with that brand and the name for the consumer to know what to expect.
Of course.
But then, oh, I haven't smoked that before. I haven't tried that. Let me see it. Like you said, there's room for trying new products. And right now, and again, we see it in craft beer all the time, even with the smaller breweries. It's like, yeah, you get your staples, your blondes, your IPAs, the core beers that they make all the time, but you still have the customers coming in going, I love your IPA. What other IPAs that do you have coming down the line? Absolutely. I'll still drink this one, but I want to know what's the new one coming. So it's cool to hear that you have that same exact kind of thing going on with cigars.
Absolutely, and it's going to continue. There's no indication that that sort of mentality towards cigars and craft beer is going to slow down.
Yeah. No, I mean, these definitely fit into those lifestyle type relaxation, you know, things that, you know, that we like to do in our pastime. Sit back, relax, enjoy life a little bit, have a good beer, you know, if you're, you know, have a good cigar if you're a cigar fan, you know. And again, if you're not a beer fan, that's okay. Enjoy a great cigar, you know, if you're not a cigar fan, you know, individuals. But again, we have so much crossover. Same thing with the spirits, food, wine, coffee. You know, I've done some coffee and cigar or coffee and beer pairings in the past. And again, there's so much crossover in these realms of flavors and handmade crafted products, where you genuinely see the passion that goes into these, you know, creations. You know, again, it doesn't matter if it's a beer, cigar, coffee, spirits, and I think that's really why we're also seeing a huge push on that boutique local, which is called craft movement. Alex, thanks for the tour, thanks for the smoke, the awesome conversation talking about beer and cigars. Everybody out there, make sure you follow Central Cigars on all the social media platforms. I know Instagram, Facebook, same thing, Masteries. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and definitely stay tuned to the Facebook events page, as we're going to have some fun things going on out here at the Central Cigars and Masteries Brewing Co. Cheers, guys. Until next time.